That's so true. Oh, hello. You just caught me reading a book about how to stop being so goddamn good at Magic the Gathering. But yes, on to the actual subject of this video, which is the top cards I absolutely hate in Magic. And that could be for any reason. It could be because I just don't like the art, I don't like the mana cost, or I don't like the wording. I think most of these cards will be to do with the wording, especially the first one. But before we get into that card, don't forget that this video is brought to you by depression. Okay, so number one on my list is the one I probably hate the most, and it's Mythos of Nathroy. So it's 2 and black for an instant. That's the easy part. But it says, destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature or if green-white was spent to cast a spell. You will not believe how many times I've had to read this card, even to this day, to truly understand why they chose this wording. It's absolutely mind-boggling, and I absolutely detest it. So if you want to get through it, it's funny because it's almost like I'm reading AI-generated cards. So destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature. Right, so that's the easy part, right? So if it's a creature. Or destroy target non-land permanent if green, white, and black was paid. It's so weird because the way they should have written this, I think, is make it cost 2 and black instant, which is normal. But there are cards in the past that have said stuff like, if you spent green and white in addition to this, or if you spent green and white to cast a spell, it does something extra. So destroy target creature. If you spent green-white to cast a spell, destroy target non-land permanent. It's a really easy fix, but they chose to go down this route that makes me feel like an absolute thicko. And every time I see this, I just think, what the hell is wrong with the writing team at Wizards? It just doesn't make sense to me, anyway. Okay, next up on the list is Tatsunari Toad Rider. Now, I actually have this card as a commander, so you might be a bit like, why are you doing this to yourself, Josh? Well, you'll see, it's a pretty good card, and you can see exactly what it does. And the thing that bothers me the most is, it's a Toad Rider. It's Tatsunari Toad Rider. So why the hell does he make a frog? He makes a frog. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, if you don't control Kami, create it a freaking frog. Is it a toad or is it a frog? Who knows? I just find this one annoying because it just doesn't make sense, and it would have been so easy to fix. Either make it a toad or a frog, not both. That's confusing. I'm sure there's people out there that would hate this even more than me. People that study frogs or toads. Anyway, that's a silly one, but moving on. Okay, let's take a quick break and read out the hate mail of the day. So today's hate mail of the day is, your channel sucks and you stink. Cool. That's hate mail of the day. All right, for this one, I'm really coming for this one. This one bothers me more than I think, I don't know, it's very bothersome. It's really annoying, and it's templated across so many cards across Magic. It's not this card in particular, but it's what the card represents. So this is the card I'm just going to pick on, or just randomly. Kenra Charioteer, 3 mana, 3/3. All right, pretty simple. It's got trample. Yeah, it's got trample. But also, other creatures you control have trample. Now, why the hell does this not just say creatures you control have trample? I've talked to many people about this, and there is literally no difference, because if you remove the abilities from this creature, it will lose all those words. It would also lose it if it just said all creatures you control have trample. There has got to be, I cannot think of a reason why cards like this are templated like this. It doesn't make any sense. Just say all creatures have trample. All creatures you control, all creatures you control. For God's sake, it's just too much noise. It doesn't, like, I guess they want to make trample stand out a bit more, but that is purely the only, if that's purely the only reason, then it's just, it really bothers me. Just make the T uppercase in the sentence then, or emboldened. Do not waste my time reading. It's just pointless. You don't need to waste time like this, guys. Right, next on the list is also another kind of grouping of cards, and that's just cards that Wizards just push, and they're 5-color commanders, basically. So anything like Golos, we've been here before, right? Anything like Golos, even 4-color Atraxa Grand Unif, Esseka, Goshin, Tai. Basically, any of those commanders that you just slam down and you go, okay, I pretty much win the game now, as long as I don't kill my commander. It's a boring entry in this list, but it just needs to be said over and over again until I'm satisfied. Basically, it's just to feed my pain. My pain needs food, and grief is the hungry food for the grief. So it's not even just Golos itself, it's the fact that Golos is a 5 color commander, but it's 5 generic to play. And I remember seeing in an R&D video with them that they said, oh, let's make 5 color commanders easy to cast. And then they did it, and then they made Goshen Tai, which is 3 in green for a 5 color thing, and then Essica is at least Wooburg, but that's just automatic. You're just going to get stuff every single turn coming down, and it's just such an easy game once you've played these cards. 5 color cards are very hard to design, I have to admit, because we've all like just to try to design one in the head. The issue with 5 color is they can do everything. So there's not much difference between 5 color and colorless, ironically enough, just the casting cost. Colorless is in a weird space where it can basically do anything as long as you pay enough mana. And 5 color just seems to like exile stuff, play stuff for free. It's all kind of like the same territory, getting stuff for free and playing stuff. And it's just boring design. And I don't mind seeing them. They need to have more interesting design, not just ETB, come in, do something stupid, and then especially on 1 versus 1 historic brawl, it's normally no coming back because it's a 2 or 1 or more. And the fact Atraxa is 7 mana doesn't mean much. I'm talking about the 7 mana one, 4 colors, but it feels like 5 colors. That's why I think Grand Unifier betrays her design. I get why red's not in the cost, because in the lore, Aura Brask ran away, so she doesn't command the red sphere or whatever, but she feels 5 color, wouldn't you agree? And the same applies for 4 color Omnath, even before the 5 color Omnath. The 4 color one, it comes in, it draws a card, it gains life. Oh, the Simic thing. And yeah, that leads me to the next point, the next set of cards I hate, which is Simic Commanders. What is it with Simic Commanders? And they're just all the same, right? Kinnan, AC, all of them are just play a land, draw a card, or play a land, tap the land for 60,000 mana, and then win the game the turn after. Simic Commanders definitely need a rework. I'm pretty happy with how all the other color pairings are, to be honest, apart from 5 color, which is not a pairing, but and Simic. I think Simic needs the biggest rework because it's just so boring. There must be 4, 5, 6 Simic Commanders out there that are just literally the same design. And yeah, I'll put some of them on screen, but my goodness, when you realise it's just play a land, draw a card, or play an additional land, draw a card, or play an additional land this turn if you have draw a card, or draw a card, play a land, play and draw land to play. Oh my goodness. And yeah, there you go. So it's a pretty small list, but I had to get it off my chest, and I wonder if anyone else feels the same way. Very loose, but yeah, tell me below what your 5 annoying cards are. Not even 5, just 1 if you have the time, and if you don't want to do that, just like and subscribe to support the channel. And also, I have got a new webcam, so yeah, tell me what you think. I think it's better. It's not the fishbowl lens that it once was. And who wants a fishbowl lens webcam? It doesn't make any sense unless you're a fish. Then it makes perfect sense. Until next time. Why are you still here? Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.